that is called If You Like This, Try This. And this is, if you like Playtime, the movie, then I'm going to recommend some other movies from my personal Criterion collection. We start in France with this movie, another French one. The GOAT, Jacques Demy, my favorite, The Young Girls of Rochefort, which is also like a version of France. It's very different from the one in Playtime, but it is very exaggerated and like sort of an expressionistic version of France and of love, and of these characters are kind of ridiculous, like caricatures, and it's got Gene Kelly in it too, doing dances. So it's a great film. Of course, what can you say about Catherine Deneuve, Francois Dorlac? Whew. They are the chaotic Gemini representation that I love. Staying in Europe, going to Italy, Fellini, La Strada. This is, what I love about this is it also stars a clown who kind of is a clown in life, sees life in a sort of carnival, circus-y type of way. That's played by Fellini's wife, Giulietta Messina. And this is one of the great film performances of all time. I will say this one is a bit of a bummer in the end, but there is a lot of laughs on the way. And she's a great character, and it's the clownish approach to sort of life that reminded me of Playtime. Previously discussed on the show, but also when I think of a kind of expressionist nightmare where the world is attacking a person, I think of After Hours. This is like a horror comedy kind of in the way that it approaches all these forces that he comes upon in one street, one city block, kind of one neighborhood, very confined space with very absurd, you can't predict what's going to happen next type things happening. So that was, to me, probably seen this already, but watch it again.
I've streamed it. It's great. One of those like Scorsese's that people are like, I haven't heard of that one before.
When we talk about very particular point of view on life, just experiencing that with no real linear story necessarily, David Byrne's True Stories. That's some John Goodman right there. John Goodman does some great singing in this movie. It's got actual Talking Heads music videos in it. And it's sort of like David Byrne talking about his view of America and like small towns in the sort of similar vein maybe that was looking at modernized urban Paris. Well, not similar, but just like also just a very particular point of view, just like that. So those are my picks this week for If You Like Playtime, Try This.